This your host of WLOZ, Bunya Howard, Bunya Sharala. Akim over there at WLOZ that came with another smash hit. What would you gain if you lose your soul?
What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. From out the concrete grew a rose. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. The truth was written, it was never sold.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, very wealthy, blessed and healthy, with a soul pure as gold. Couldn't find another man like him, cause he was perfect and never sinned. The reason why the devil didn't like him, so he asked the Lord, could he test him? The only reason why he loyal to you, cause you blessed him, so he gave him over. Now Satan happy that he taking over, trying to convict him, had the power to do everything but kill him. Now Job never seen it coming, took all his riches and his cattle, he was left with nothing. But he never folded. He blessed Yahweh and he kept his soul, cause he was loyal even though he started breaking out with boils. His wife started to take it hard, but through it all Job never turned on his God. Then the Lord turned back his captivity of troubles, and everything he lost he got back double. Barakatha Yahweh.
For the man to gain the world and lose his soul, I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. From out the concrete grew a rose. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. The truth was written, it was never sold. The Most High gave me authority and a blank check with your name, most importantly. How much for your soul? A big house with some Porsche keys, haulers from overseas, so you can have you some orgies. Boy, please, you gotta sign in blood to afford these, but you can have it all if you just act accordingly. Here's some forbidden fruit, since you thinking you worthy. You won't surely die, take a bite and conserve me. All I ask in return is a coon for eternity. You're every kingdom in the firmament for your loyalty. Tell your children to keep gang banging and murdering, and tell your women they need Brazilian butt lift surgery. Teach them love is love, can't forget about gay pride. Try and change your mind and that ass is mine. Once you sign a dotted line, there's no way to repent. Don't try to turn back now, you should have read the fine print. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. From out the concrete grew a rose. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather live my life like Job, Lord, refine me in the furnace till I'm pure like gold. The truth was written, it was never sold.
So what's the price of your soul? You want the chain, the whip, the cars, the clothes, the money, the Benz, the Rolls, the D's and Lows? We want the kingdom. The whole earth is our turf. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh.
Hey, keep the beat playing, J.O.
I hail my brothers. Y'all suck out the frankincense burner. As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
Frankincense and myrrh, smells so good, had to put it on my shirt. But better than that, it's the word. I used to live so absurd, bending every curve with the slur of my word. The taste of life had me right up all night, high in the sky like planes when they fly. Trying to get a glimpse of heaven, knew what I was missing. But then the prophet said, wisdom and understanding is your blessing. Money is the root of all your stressing. The power that lies within, that's the spirit. Take heed, don't dare miss it. Like fathers walking out on their children, walking into hell's kitchen. 666, what numbers you bearing? It's that holy grail, holy seventh Sabbath day. I pray I don't travel in the winter. All my girl gets sucked, cause greater than the days of Noah. These last days.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
I got the 1611 in my lap. Evil spirits lurking around me, so I gotta light a match. World War III, pray my Aki got my back. By Hashimba, rock a thumb, raise my fist and give them dap. These internet prophets got me logging on my Mac. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all cap. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all caps. LOZ, we in the trenches, Air Sabbath, that's a fact. Holding posts at they camp till my stomach get a cramp. Trying to save a couple souls right before these clouds crack. The law was a light, so I'm shining like a lamp. Write these scriptures on my heart, Lord, I need that holy stamp. I'm patiently waiting, eyes on the kingdom, we ready to take it. If you scared, go to church, cause it's about to get dangerous. Open up the book of law, where the heathen is painted. Got that frankincense burning while I'm thumbing through pages in
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
It's that frankincense and myrrh burn. 777, Yahweh Shai gon' return. Take the kingdom of heaven. Pharisees, you wicked, misinterpret the scriptures. Took millions out your congregation trying to get richer. My main man who put me in the truth is down with you. All praises to the occupant, LOZ to reconfigure. Walking the narrow path, praying to become destined. Have faith in this personification will be a blessing. Metaphorically spitting this truth, giving them facts. We stay strapped, apocryphas and Bibles on our backs. They want us eradicating the hood, giving us crack. Matter of fact, we gonna put Edom up in the track. Trigger killing my brothers like bombing the Taliban. We got next nuclear warfare on Babylon. Revelation coming soon, another Vietnam. Look out for the whistle, hit you with a missile and a bomb.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
As I'm flipping through these scriptures, breaking down the parable, when that revelation hit you, how you feeling so hysterical, but now I get the picture. I wait for his return. Thank you, y'all, for the baptism of this wisdom that I learned. As my frankincense is burned, I'm meditating heavy on these laws. All that folly talk, I'm really not concerned. Completion number 7, that 144 cages, doing what it take to earn my rightful place in heaven. Woe unto you, reverence, scattering all our people, selling lies in your Sunday service. This should be illegal. Deception, what they feed you, and leave you so confused. The reason why I'm always studying to show thyself approved. Israel who he choose. I'm counting all my blessings. When you got nothing to lose, there's no reason to be stressing. I always stay secluded with fringes on my shirt, meditating on these scriptures, burning frankincense and myrrh.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
Con. Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and we are back with another Wednesday Wisdom. I am Captain Asher, and I got with me
Captain Kadash. Hallelujah.
And this is the Wednesday Wisdom class. I hope everybody, had a good week. I hope everybody is continuing to have a great week. I know it's cold. I know, the world is a little weird right now. Things is getting a little weird in life. In Florida right now, in upper on the north side of Florida, it's actually snowing right now, which is kind of unheard of. But I hope you guys, are continually to stay diligently walking with the Most High, still having a solid foundation in the Most High through Mashiach Yahushua. I hope you guys is continue to keep praying, keep on fasting, keep fighting a good fight. And I hope you guys are, taking it a little bit more easier now that the temperature's kind of cold, things is changing a little bit in the seasons. And we're gonna jump right into the class. And this is the class, Health is Wealth. You may be wondering, why is Captain Kadash and Captain Nash are doing the class on Health is Wealth? Well, part of one of the big things that's recorded in the Bible is that throughout all the scriptures, it talks about our health and how we should be. We even to the extent of the Most High even implemented dietary laws for us to stay in a position of comfort and peace and having long life. So with that, let's get Colossians 3:17 to begin, and then I'm gonna get the following precept, and then I'm gonna further go into the health as wealth.
Con is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him.
Mm-hmm. And whatsoever we do in word or deed, we do whatsoever we do in word or deed, through all we speak and through all our actions and through all that we speak, we all give reference onto the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. And with that being said, one of our biggest actions is that we gotta be healthy for the Most High. We gotta eat right. We gotta have a well-balanced diet, as well as exercising and continue to keep our bodies in good shape. Now you may wonder why the brothers getting on health and why the brothers is doing that, but being healthy is a very big deal with Israel, man. Health is the biggest thing that we need in order to keep our families together, in order to keep our families strong, and to keep and to build our families. Because if we don't have no health, in our community, no discipline when it comes to our diet, to our exercising, and to physically stay in shape, then how will we be able to fight off our enemies when it's time to fight our enemies? How will we be able to go to war if we're not in shape? You can't expect. Imagine me and Captain Kadash. We not eating right. We not in the gym. We not working out. But we go out and teach the word and we got to defend our brother. And then if something happens, that we too out of shape to even deal with the threat to make sure our brother make it home. This is one of those vital things. Health is a vital thing. Health is a vital thing within our people that we should really be considering and really be taking a deep dive on and really exercising and practicing. But let me get.
No, I was just going to add to what you're saying. I think a lot of times people think that, when it comes to health, that these things are common knowledge, but these are things that really need to be taught to our people, because our people really don't understand how bad health even occurs.
Right.
Sometimes you have our people that they don't even understand when they're living in bad health, right? Because it's so, it's so far-fetched from them, or they can't fathom, right? Being in a certain shape or being in a certain position when it, regarding your health. Before we jump into the class, I did just a brief research. I just typed it in, looking at some of the top diseases that, what the world calls as African Americans, what diseases do we suffer from, right? So I'm going to read this off to y'all. It says, hold on, let me start at the top. It says African Americans are disproportionately affected by several diseases due to a combination of genetic, socioeconomic, and healthcare access factors. Here are some of the most common conditions that impact African Americans. Number one is cardiovascular disease, hypertension, high blood pressure. It says African Americans, quote unquote, have the highest prevalence of hypertension globally. It often develops earlier and is more severe, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. When it goes to cardiovascular disease, it has two categories: hypertension, which is high blood pressure, and then heart disease. The second one, diabetes. African Americans are about 60% more likely than non-Hispanic whites to be diagnosed with diabetes. Uncontrolled diabetes can lead to complications like kidney disease, amputations, and heart disease. I want to get a point here too, because one of the main things I realize, it says African Americans are about 60% more likely than non-Hispanic whites to be diagnosed with diabetes. Let me get Amos chapter 3 and verse 1 real quick. Because when we talk about the dietary law, it's not that the other nations or other people stay within the dietary law, right? It's two things that's going on. One, from a spiritual standpoint, right? Because God gave us a dietary law. He told us that these are things that we can and cannot eat. So let's say you have the other nations versus us, and we're eating the same exact diet. Why is it that we're going to suffer 60% more from diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases? Why is that? Why would God allow these things to happen if we're eating the same exact meals? Right? Amos chapter 3.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
All right, so that's simple cut right there, right? It says, you only have I known, not the other people, you only. The children of Israel, the so-called African American people, it says, you only have I known. Therefore, I will punish you, right? So we can see a clear distinction between what's going on. Why would the Most High make us 60% more susceptible to diabetes? Why would he make us, 75% more, when it comes to cardiovascular diseases? Right. I'm going to read on this list real quick before we hop into more scriptures. Number 3 is obesity. Obesity is obviously something that we can control. I tell brothers and sisters all the time, listen, if you just stop eating, you'll be okay. Right?
A little faster won't hurt.
I am not giving out healthcare advice, right? Disclaimer, I am not a doctor and I am not a physician, right? But I will say, if you stop eating, you will be okay.
Yeah.
Right. You a little heavier. You're a little plump around the ends. Right. Hey man, that one meal you about to eat.
That's actually pretty funny. It's a lot for that. That was pretty funny.
Say that again.
That was a little funny. I ain't gonna lie. Plump around the ends.
Nah, but it's true. It's true. Listen, what it goes down to is two things: discipline, number one, and then two, just not, you don't got to give into, because eating food is a pleasurable thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's having self-control and not giving into all the pleasures. We talk about that in the class all the time about what giving into pleasures will do to you. Giving into pleasures will destroy you on all ends. Right. So you got to be careful with that. Right. We should be using food as a way to sustain our life. We should be using food as a way of medicinal purposes. We should be using food to be stronger and as medicine to survive in this life. Not just eating because we can.
Right.
Not just eating because we bored or, we sitting at home watching a movie. Nah. Right. You need to have a conscious mind to say, listen, I ate 3 donuts. Maybe I need to stop right there. All right.
Right.
And this is a real thing we got to talk about.
No, yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
I'm going to keep going down the list real quick.
Mhm.
For stroke, right, which is directly related to high blood pressure, it says stroke is more common and often more severe in African Americans, partly due to higher rates of hypertension and diabetes. Right? Kidney disease, number 5. Cancer, you have prostate cancer, breast cancer, colorectal cancer. All of these cancers come from, not taking care of yourself and, not keeping up, man. You got to keep good care of the temple that God has given you while you're on earth. You have to take care of it. It's like a car. If you continue to dog that car out, if you could have a Beamer 2025. If you dog that car every single day of January, listen, that car is not going to last too long. You put the wrong gas in that car is not going to last long. Your body works the same exact way. Watch the foods that you put in your body. Right? I got a precept for that. But before we go there, hold on. I want to finish the list. Asthma is number 8. HIV/AIDS, number 9. Mental health conditions, 10. Lupus, 11. Glaucoma, 12. Right. So as you can see, all of these things are things that we suffer from in the community. Right. And we got to reach one, teach one, each one. Right. We got to continue to be on this path or this journey of, okay, this is good versus this is bad. That's one of the best things that we have done by coming into the truth. The Most High allows us to discern what is good and what is evil for ourselves. Right. And if you continue to give yourself into evil things happen, bad things happen, right? We have the blueprint. We just need to follow it. I want to get one precept real quick. I know you got your precepts. Hold on now.
No, yeah, I had one precept that I wanted to bring out, but I'll bring it out after you. Yeah,
give me one second. Let me find this precept real quick. I think it's in Sirach. Hold on. Give me Sirach 30 and verse 25. Sirach 30 and 25. All right, let's see what that says.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet.
Will have a good care for his meat and diet, right? So we got to have care for the things that we put into our body. We don't just drink anything, because even when you talk about water, man, and anybody that knows me knows I have a thing against this whole water situation. All water is not water.
Right. Facts.
Right?
Facts.
All water is not good water to be drinking. There are many studies done. You could go on YouTube University and look it up, right? There's a difference between Dasani water and eternal water. There's a difference between faucet water and the water from the Fiji mountains. These are different types of water. You have pH balances, you have electrolytes, you have all of these things which contribute to giving health to your body, or can make your health decline, right? If anybody studies herbalist, and I'm not a herbalist guy, like I'm not I guess well-versed, you can say. I know a little bit. I'm not well-versed in that area, but one thing I do know is that you have to pay attention to the water. You have to pay attention to the pH balances of foods. When we talk about alkaline diets and things of that nature, right? The first thing they say is when your body gets sick, you go into an acidic state. All right? When you go into an acidic state, your body is sick. It's very hard for your body to be sick in an alkaline state, meaning your pH balance is above, I think it's like 7.2, somewhere.
Pretty much like base, right?
Say that again?
Pretty much like base, right?
Yeah, right. So I think it's neutral, like some around the 7, and you want to be a little bit above that, all right, according to herbologists and things of that nature. But these are small things that we got to make sure that we pay attention to, because it says a cheerful person with a good attitude, this is NLT, will have a good appetite and enjoy his food. Right? So you pay attention to the things that you put in your body, man. All food ain't food. We know that looking at the dietary law. According to this world, the world will tell you that ham is a food.
Right.
They will tell you that alligator is a food. That shark meat is a food. These are not foods that we should digest and eat.
And Salat. And here's how wicked, the healthcare system can be. You can have an ailment, right? You can have an ailment and be sick. And they'll put you on a certain diet, but the diet also consists of pork.
Right.
Think of how crazy that is. The fact that you already sick. You're in the hospital sick, right? And God forbid you, like, say you got cancer, and then they give you pork to eat. They give you a selection of food, and pork is one of them. And they know that pork is really bad for the body, but you're trying to heal your body. It's insane.
Yeah, there's a documentary. If no one, just to kind of put that out there, there's a documentary. I believe it was on Netflix the last time we checked, but the documentary is called "What the Health." For the brothers and sisters that have not seen this documentary, you need to go see it and check it out, because one of the things that they highlighted is exactly what Captain Asher is bringing out. There was a dude in the documentary, and he was calling hospitals to determine what type of foods they had, and kind of going into things that were healthy versus unhealthy. And he would look at the menu and then go onto the FDA's website, and he would compare the two. And one of the things that he was finding is that a lot of hospitals, a place that is supposed to be used for care and nourishment back to 100% health, they were feeding people things that the FDA classified as carcinogens on their website.
Oh my God.
Class 1, right? Meaning for sure, eventually this is going to happen. And he's tried to call the people out. Nobody wanted to answer the phones. Nobody wanted to talk to him. But for everybody that has not seen that documentary, it's called What the Health. Please go and watch that, right? Change your life. That will show you that all food ain't good food. All right. This is not a conspiracy, man. There are foods out there, especially in our communities. There are foods out there that have been made to destroy us.
Yes.
If we don't have the common knowledge to stay away from that, we're gonna fall right into the trap, like we've been doing for years. We're gonna stay at number one in all of these diseases. All right. So we got to be wise. We have to have a good, a cheerful heart, meaning cheerful to the Most High, and have care over our diets, the things that we put into our bodies. Go ahead. I know you had a precept out. You go ahead.
Let me get the book of 3 John chapter 1 and verse 2, because this is how the Most High feels about health. This is how the Most High feels about what we should really be wanting and how we should really be moving, if anything else. Let me get the book of 3 John chapter 1 and verse 2.
This is the book of 3 John chapter 1 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health.
And what?
And be in health. Even as thy soul prospereth.
No, he's saying, I wish above all else, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in good health. He could have said any other thing, but why did he say that in specificity, if that's the right word? Specifically. Oh, there we go. Specifically, Salat. He's saying that because the health, being prosperous and having health is a major deal. Because think about this. You could be prosperous and be sick. And you can't even enjoy the things that you successfully obtained because you're sick. You're down in health and you're down and out.
Hey, you could hustle and get $1 billion right now today. You could have $1 billion in the bank account, but as soon as your health decline, that money in the bank don't mean nothing.
Right.
Over your head don't mean nothing. Nothing else matters. The only thing that matters at that point in time is for you to correct and get your health back. And I'm going to give you word of advice to my brothers and sisters that are watching, right? It is a lot easier to prevent a disease than to cure it, right? We know that the Most High made medicines out of the earth. We know that with the Most High, everything is possible. But, right, looking at history, looking at from experience, looking at things that I've read in the scriptures, it is a lot easier to prevent than to cure. So prevent while you have your good health and don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait, because what happens is, just put this out there. What happens is a lot of times the body is the human body that God has created, it is very resilient, right? It can go through a lot of things, man. The Most High, when you think about, like, anybody has taken anatomy and physiology classes, the body is such an amazing thing that God has created. And it can take a lot of damage, but it gets to a certain point. Once you start going down the hill, it's hard to come back up that hill.
Yeah.
So you gotta pay attention, man. Go ahead.
Because that's powerful you say that, because how I see the body is like the body is like a supercomputer, right? The body, think of the body as a supercomputer. Whenever there's a health trouble, think about your body is finding a way to bypass the problem, to bypass the sickness or problem, to keep your body functioning, right? And it's going to continue to keep functioning, but now it's working a different way than how it's originally supposed to. So now it's not running 100%. Now, if you don't deal with that problem, now another problem pops up on the supercomputer.
Exactly what happens, yeah.
And then what the supercomputer also does, your body does, it bypasses that other problem and to make sure that the body's still functioning. So now your body's at 80%. It's not really functioning, but it's at 80% because it's still trying to maintain everything that you do on a day-to-day function. If you keep letting the troubles continue to go on and your body to keep all those problems, eventually your body is going to go into a system shutdown, and then it is done and it is a wrap. Right. You are finished.
If anybody has played sports, you pull a hamstring and watch how many muscles start tearing down on you.
Right.
Now you pull a hamstring, you trying to rehab that back to health. Now you got problems with your calf. Now you got problems with the muscle that's connecting to the lower back into the gluteus maximus. Next thing you know, now you got a shoulder issue because you're leaning one way the whole time. You sitting the other way, and you just start creating all type of issues for your body. All right. You got to repair the problems, right? All right. And pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how you feel.
Come on.
All right.
Come on. Now let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19. Because we all know that we all possess the temple of the Most High. But even though we possess this rented vehicle, we should be taking very good care of the vehicle that the Most High let us borrow. Because you got to think about it like this. Imagine you let somebody borrow your car, right? Don't you want them to keep up and to maintain the car that they're borrowing? Would you like for when it's time to return for the person that you let your car that you let borrow your car, return it back onto you, and it's all beat up, the front end's gone, the tire got a limp in it, the lights not working, the AC not working, the radio's snatched out? Would you like that? No. So while we have this rented vehicle, we should be taking very good care in maintaining this vehicle for the Most High's sake, because the Most High is letting us borrow this vehicle. We're living on borrowed time, and while we have that borrowed time and renting this vehicle, we should be taking very good care and maintenance of this vehicle. to the best of our abilities. So let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19.
Con, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19.
Huh?
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit?
What? Say that again?
Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit?
It say, don't you know that your body is the temple of God? Why would you defile why would you try to defile the temple? Why would you try to murk or muddy the temple? Why would you let the excess grease and all these bad things defile the temple? You got to make sure that the temple is well kept, right? Because you don't want, like, for instance, you don't want your your house, for instance. You got to keep your house maintained. You don't want to let the house continually get messy. After a while, you have to clean it. And that's what we have to do to our bodies. We have to sometimes flush and purge our bodies. Sometimes we have to go on a fast. And that's and that's another point, a beautiful point. This is the beauty of the Most High, that he gave us fasting. Do you know the powers and effects of what fasting really does to the body? When it says, when ye afflict your souls, what your body is literally cleansing itself. When you don't eat for a certain period of time, your body literally starts eating on the toxins and waste that's in the body first. It don't eat the healthy things. It eats the things that are bad, to continually keep giving you fuel. That's why when you go on, that's why I implore everybody to do a fast every so often.
Con,
You should be doing it occasionally.
I want to. So we're about to bring that out too. The fasting, because in the world, when we're in the world, right, a lot of people don't understand. Your body needs a break from food sometimes.
Yeah.
Jeez, give it a break. Right. I'm gonna go through some of the I just kind of chat GPT the benefits of fasting, right? And it goes through the phases, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the first phase, early fasting, which is within 6 to 24 hours, right? It says the body uses sugar and glycogen, stores of energy, and insulin levels drop. Intermediate fasting, 24 to 72 hours. Glycogen stores are depleted. The body begins breaking down fat into ketones for energy, meaning it's breaking down fat. It's getting fat off your body at this point. After somewhere between 24 and 72 hours, you start going into fat breakdown mode. Right? You breaking down fat. All right. Protein breakdown occurs to supply amino acids for glucogenesis, which is a good thing for your body. Now, this is the part I want to get to. It says cellular benefits of fasting. Damaged cells and proteins are broken down and recycled. Right? Reduced inflammation, improved insulin sensitivity, and enhanced mitochondrial function, meaning this is like the what they call the energy house of cells, right? It says the energy in cells, the efficiency improves. Right? So the biggest thing I wanted to pull from this fasting is when you talk about cellular damaged cells are broken down and recycled, meaning when you go into fasting, your body is able to repair itself.
Right.
Now, everybody knows, anybody that has fasted longer than a day knows it's not the greatest feeling. You kind of down, your energy down, like you going through it mentally. But it's actually a good thing for your body. How many of us has really practiced that? Right? Even when we fast on a spiritual level, the Most High says it is good for our bodies. We look at science, and science tells us that. So if we're doing what we're supposed to do, think about it. Israelites should be the healthiest people on the planet. But that's not the case. Our people do not fast like that. Our people have a hard time fasting during the Day of Atonement. And if you're struggling on Day of Atonement, you need to fast more. You shouldn't be fasting one time a year. You need to fast more. All right. Oh, Sister Mina, let me address that. You can brush your teeth. All right. You are allowed to brush your teeth.
Yeah, you don't want to be yuck mouth.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that no eating breath
we
not brush your teeth.
We practice good hygiene. You are allowed to brush your teeth as long as you're not drinking water or you're not eating food. Eating and drinking is different from brushing your teeth. All right. So I just want to throw that out there because that's definitely a common thing amongst Israel, a common question. All right. So all praise to the Most High. Damaged cells are able to get rid of. Your body's able to get rid of damaged cells in your body when you fast. All right. Did we finish off 6 and 19?
No, not yet. Let's jump back.
Right. Mm-hmm. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's.
That's why the scripture talk about it. This body don't belong to you; it belongs to the Most High. So we should be taking very good care of the vehicle that we're renting. This is rented. Take care of the vehicle that's rented because in the end, it'll make you feel better. And when you do a spiritual cleanse, you do a physical cleanse, and it also helps you with your mental state. Because when you eat so much or eat too much, it could actually play an effect on your mental psyche. It could end up harming you. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 17.
I want to address Sister Lisa's question as well. She asked, "Can we drink water?" But I'll read the scripture first. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and what was that? 12?
Verse 17.
17. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall God destroy.
What?
Him shall God destroy.
Now the Most High can destroy it. If we defile the temple from excess meat, from eating too much, from being a glutton, from indulging in everything we see, consuming, just stuffing our faces with food, he could destroy us in the end. He could give us diabetes. He could give us diabetes. He could give us high cholesterol. He could give us cancer. He could give us all these things that associates with too much eating. So we have to be very mindful of how much we're consuming and how much we eat. Because if we don't consider or consciously be aware of how much are we really eating, we can be caught in the Most High's anger and displeasure, and he could end up destroying us for that.
Yep.
So we have to be very careful and very mindful of how we really deal with the Most High when it concerns to eating. Because he ended up we're not going to go there for the sake of time, but he ended up destroying Israel just because of their insatiable appetite towards having quail. They were so hungry that they were recalling they were so in hunger and so displeased with the food that the Most High was giving them, which was healthy, by the way, that they end up getting destroyed because they started to recall the food that was in their captivities.
Hey, if you think about how Esau got in his situation, he did it because he was hungry.
God,
he did it for food. And the Most High told us we shall not be that type of people. We shall not be a type of people that are governed by such a momentary thing such as food to feed our flesh in the moment.
God.
You can't do that.
Can I get Sirach 30 and 15?
All right.
Sirach 30 and verse 15.
Is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Health and good estate of body are above all gold.
So read that one more time, Mark.
Health and good estate of body are above all gold.
Good.
And a strong body above infinite wealth.
So it's showing you even Cyrac. Listen, man, I love Cyrac. Cyrac is the big brother of Proverbs. It is the strength. It is the power of wisdom. It is the ultimate breakdown of wisdom of Proverbs, pretty much. And it's saying that health is above all gold, like of all things. It's worth more than gold. Think about this. Think about this. You may be sick and you could be rich. But when you sick, you don't give a damn about nothing other than your health going back up. You don't care about the bills you got. You don't care about the car note. You don't care about the insurance. You don't care about the rent getting paid. You don't care about you don't care about how the business is being ran. All you care about is getting your health back to 100%.
That's why I question people when you don't invest into your health. All right. People may say, well, that those almonds are too expensive, or those oranges are too expensive. But listen, your health is all you got. Because if you don't invest in your health, you're gonna be dead.
Right.
Right. So in our job here, really, when we read the scriptures tell us that the commandments, one of the reasons the commandments were written was to prolong the days that we have here on this earth. Right? To prolong our lives. It's the blueprint. So if we don't spend money on these things, you spend more money on shoes and jackets and clothes versus your health. Why not invest in your health, man? All right, we gotta get back to that.
Come
on. I wanted to address Sister Lisa's question real quick. I know she said she was asking during a fast, can we drink water? All right. Give me Esther chapter 4 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Esther chapter 4 and verse 16. All right. Because we have examples in the scriptures. Remember, the Most High told us to look at our forefathers, our foremothers, to find out exactly what we need to do. This is a fast according to the scriptures. All right. Esther chapter 4 and verse 16. I can read it if you don't got it.
Come, you get it. Come on, slot.
Esther chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, "Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me." So the topic here is fasting. And then it's going to explain what you have to do for this fast. It says, "And fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days." All right. So a fast, according to the scriptures, a true fast is abstaining from water and food.
Right.
Right. I know a lot of times we get these breakdowns in the world of, well, you could fast using fruits, you could fast using water. No, a proper fast, according to the scriptures, is abstaining from food and drink. All right. We also could write down Exodus chapter 34. I think it's verse 28. Exodus 34 and 28 shows you that Moses fasted 40 days, and it says he did neither eat bread nor drink water. Right? So our forefathers and our foremothers show us that a true fast is not drinking or eating anything. I just wanted to make that point clear.
Right.
All praises.
So, Khan, since we already on the topic of fasting, I just want to talk a little bit more about it. Fasting is such a vital thing within our community. That's why the Most High gave us Day of Atonement, but the Most High gave us a Day of Atonement to afflict our souls, but it's also a health benefit that we afflict our souls. So we should be practicing or rehearsing fasting every so often, because it is also a very good health benefit. Like for me, I'll even give a testimony. Like I used to have trouble, because I used to eat so much. Then, I started implementing fasting, and it really helped me out. it really settled my body down. Because I felt like my because there was times where I felt like I was groggy. There was times like I was sleepy. There's times where, I was just tired all the time. But now, like with me fasting and me working back out and getting back in the gym and getting my body right, I'm feeling my body having a lot more energy than what I used to have. And I'm also changing my diet, which also helps even greater. Me taking care of my diet is changing a lot. So, for even some of our people that may be on the live or that's listening right now, you may be drowsy. You may be having, you may not have the same energy. So you got to switch up your diet. Sometimes you got to take that sacrifice. Sometimes we have to sacrifice the things that we find pleasure in for the greater good of our lives. We can't be negligent on our health because it is such a big deal. I know we want to be around to enjoy our kids. We want to be around in order to be able to have kids. We want to be able to flourish and to live a long life. We want to be. I would love to be here until I'm 100. To see my kids to the third and fourth and to the fifth generations. I pray to see that. To know that I'm a great grandfather. You know how powerful that would be. But I also know that it's very vital that I have to put in the work now. So on the back end, it'll be very beneficial. Because you may be thinking in your mind, why I gotta change my appetite? Why I gotta change my diet? But it's such a big deal for the later end. Because you don't want to be negligent of your health now, and then when you're up in age, now you can't even walk. You can't even enjoy life. You just in pain all the time. You can't even really enjoy life in old age. So I implore you guys to really take time and really make sure that you taking good care of your body. Because health is above all. But let me get Genesis 1:29 because one of the big things that we should be implementing in our diet is herbs. Herbs is a very big deal in our diet that we should be implementing. Let me get Genesis 1:29.
Come on. That's the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 29.
Uh-huh.
The Most High said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat.
It said every herb that bears seed shall be meat for us. And here's the crazy thing, right? Every medicinal thing that we need to make sure our bodies is functioning at 100% is from a herb. It comes from herbs either way. So we should really be mindful of really implementing herbs into our diet. Because you may not realize it. You may be eating a lot of flesh. You may be consuming a lot of flesh and you're not eating enough herbs in your diet. You may be eating a lot of bread in your diet. You may not realize you may be eating a lot of rice or pasta in your diet. And you should really change that for the greater good for the back end, because you don't want to get hemmed up. You don't want to get caught up in the wildfire of the Most High when you're eating all that stuff. Because I'll even go as far as to say, even for Jacob's wife. Jacob's wife, Rachel, was barren. And what is the one herb that she ate? In order for her to conceive, in order for her to have a child, to finally have a child, she had to eat of the macaroon. Macaroon is a herb that helped her conceive. So we know that those herbs are very vital and very important in our diet, because it'll give us the benefits and the minerals and the stuff that we need to keep moving forward. But let me get the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 19. Because if you don't want to take heed, if you don't want to take heed to the herbs, if you don't want to take heed and making sure that your health is wealth, that your health is the main priority, this is what's going to happen. Philippians 3 and verse 19.
This is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly.
Is what?
Is their belly. And whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things.
On the earthly things. Sometimes we make our bellies God. Sometimes we'll do anything. Some people will do anything for their hunger.
Yep.
They are willing to do anything because they're hungry, and they don't give a damn how they feel about hurting somebody else. How many times have somebody got robbed because a brother or sister was hungry? How many times where situations happen, you snapped on somebody because you was hungry? That's where the word hangry, like that, you have an attitude because you hungry. When you should be in your right state of mind to be calm at all times, to be patient, to be loving and bringing forth kindness onto each other, but you bring an attitude and strife because you hungry. We shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't let our stomachs rule our temple. We shouldn't let our stomachs become our God, because if we allow our stomachs to be our God, we would be dead, thus saith the Most High. You'll get all these bad things coming to us. You'll get gout. You'll get high cholesterol. You'll get arthritis in the knees and all your joints and pains and your arteries clogged. All these things will come upon us if we let our stomachs continue to be God. But we have to stray away from. We have to move away from those things. Let me get Proverbs 23 and 2. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 2.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 2. And put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite.
It's saying put the knife to your throat. Just go ahead and grab a butcher's knife. Go ahead and grab the cutting knife and put it right to your neck and just pull the cord. Pull the plug on yourself. If you're given to your appetite. So it even goes to show you that even in Proverbs, that it says that we shouldn't give ourselves onto our appetite, because it is like we already putting ourselves in a grave. It's a better you end yourself now than later on, because you giving yourself the appetite to be caught giving yourself onto your own appetite for too long. Because it's going to be worse than rather ending it now. That's what it's basically saying. It is better to end yourself now than to be caught in the hands of your own appetite, because it's going to be far more worse. It's going to be a slow death rather than a quick death. And we don't want to be caught. We don't want to be caught up on a slow death, a slow, painful death at that. We don't want to be caught up with that. So let me get the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 16.
Come on. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee.
So read that again.
Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee. Lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it.
So it's basically saying, if you found honey, something that you like to eat, or something that's just sweet or good for you to eat, it's saying eat for you sufficiently. Don't eat too much of it. Don't eat too much where to the point now you feel sick. Because it's better for you if you feel sick to just throw it up. If you feeling sick, you should throw it up. Go in the bathroom, get it out.
I got the definition from vocabulary.com.
Mm-hmm.
It says, if you have a sufficient amount of something, it's enough. So it goes into the definition. Not too much, not too little, just right.
Just right. About balance.
All right.
Because the Most High is always is about balance through everything. The hanging out, to dealing with each other, to down to eating, to down to socializing, down to how the way we talk, how the way we move. So it's a balance between everything, even down to the way we eat. If you find honey, don't eat too much of the honey, because then you're gonna get sick. You're gonna feel sick to the stomach, and you just gonna be laying on the couch or laying in the bed, just moaning and groaning all night. You say, "Oh, my stomach," and now you're gonna feel like you want to go throw up. It say throw up. It's better for you to throw up. So let's even go even deeper. Let's get Proverbs 23 and 21. 23 Proverbs 23 and 21.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 21. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
What?
For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
It's saying a person that drink a lot of wine and eat a lot of food gonna be broke.
And you got to think, why does it say that? All right. Why does it say that a drunkard and a glutton shall come to poverty? All right. What is the reason for it saying that? It's because you're giving into the pleasures of the flesh. Right?
Right.
You can't have care for other things. The type of people that have mannerisms to do such things don't typically have the characteristics of someone that is able to maintain and have a good, meaningful life, right? Somebody that's getting drunk all the time, or somebody that's, they're always involved in food, right? You're a food, what they call a foodie.
Yeah.
You're a foodologist.
Yeah.
You study food by eating it, right? It says, listen, man, you're going to come to poverty, right? That's not good. These are all things that represent fleshly things. We just read in Philippians chapter 3 that, people make their belly their God.
Yes. And that's powerful you say that, because I have a whole testimony to that. I was talking to my coworker, like we went out to Flanagan's for lunch, right? And he was talking to me about, have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried there was a vanilla ice cream that had Oreos and had what is it? What is that? It's some cereal, the fruit like Fruit Loops. It had Fruit Loops in it. You ever tried that? I said no. He's like, why? I was like, honestly, I'm gonna tell you to be real. Eating that type of stuff will really make me think I'm a big back at that point. Because that's big back activity. When you start mixing stuff that don't belong together and you eating that crap, that's a big back activity. I gotta be honest.
Just all sugar.
Yeah, yes. Like, prime example, I've seen this same brother literally eat a hamburger that had for the bread for the sandwich had 2 pancakes at the top and at the bottom with whipped cream on it. That is big back activity, brother. Like,
you gotta think when you watch the show, what do they call it? My Big Life, or I can't remember. I don't know.
My 600-pound life.
Yeah, my 600-pound life. When you watch the show, I always think to myself, I'm like, man, how did you get to 600? Like, okay, you got to 180, right? You got the 250. You got the 300. Nothing in your mind. No one around you. You didn't have brothers and sisters around you to say, "Hey, you're overdoing it." Not only did you surpassed 300, you got the 350. Then you went to 400, and then 450 and 500, and now you're 600 pounds.
But here's the issue. You know why they get that big? It's because back in the day, shaming was a tactic used to keep people in line, like to get people right. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. I think shaming should come back because it'll have a lot of people really in check about how the way they think or view themselves. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think shaming should come back. I think, hey brother, you look like you eating a little too much, brother. What you doing? Like what we doing here? I think you eating a little too much. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you shouldn't have one more plate of spaghetti.
No, that's true.
Maybe you shouldn't get one more piece of chicken.
That's very true. That's very true.
Because honestly, we have to hold each other to accountability. There shouldn't be a brother that weigh over 600 pounds coming to the congregation.
If I got to 350, I would pray that I have brothers around me saying, "Kadash, you got too big, bro."
Facts.
Because I'm gonna go home and when I lay down at night, I'm like, man, that brother told me I got too big. I need to do something about that. Right? We should have people around us like that. That's real love. When you go to love of your neighbors in the scriptures, love is to rebuke a person. And what does it mean to rebuke? To correct. We correct each other. And it's all love, because think about it. If I correct my brother for being too big, right? I'm potentially saving his life. I'm saving you from heart disease. All the diseases we just read in the beginning of this class, I'm saving you from all of that by just telling you, yo, you got to come off the weight.
Right.
Right. You got to. It's important. It's imperative. It is paramount that you do it. Because listen, like I said earlier, your body could take a lot, but sudden destruction is real. A lot of those people that go to hospitals with strokes, they could be fine they literally, if anybody knows anybody that's had a stroke or has been in this atmosphere, you can have somebody that is literally talking like we're talking, sitting upright, there's no symptoms going on. And then when they wake up tomorrow, boom, they can't talk, they can't walk, can't sit in the bed. You got somebody got to help you use the bathroom. All of those things happen. And we talking about somebody that's 35 and 40 years old. All right. This person is not in their 80s and 90s. These are young men, young women who have to go through this. A stroke, we are not invincible from these things. A lot of people think that.
Right.
You're not invincible from strokes. You're not invincible from heart attacks. You're not invincible from cardiovascular diseases. Stick to the dietary law and the wisdom of the Most High. It will always save you. Right? Always.
So let's jump back. Let's start at verse 20.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 23 and verse 20.
This is a book of Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh.
It say don't be among people that's just eating flesh crazily. That all they doing is just eating flesh, all beef. Yeah. They eating chicken all the time. They eating lamb all the time.
Just eating meat all day. Can't do that.
Right.
Right. Eat some vegetables.
Right.
Where's the spinach? Where's the asparagus?
Where's the tomatoes? Where's the
tomatoes? Where's the grapes? The apples, the oranges.
Right, the almonds.
The almonds. Where are those things at?
Right.
Right. Can't do it.
Let's read on.
Sorry. Be not among these type of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read it again. Be not among wine bibbers,
Mhm.
among riotous eaters of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags.
Now you got sleep apnea. Because you've been eating crazy, because you just been a glutton, you just eating everything. Now you got sleep apnea. Now you drowsy all the time. You going to sleep. Wherever you at. You in the middle of a good vibe conversation. They stop talking for 2 minutes, you out of there, sleep, gone.
You wake up and the whole crowd is gone. What happened?
Right. You see the most I sealing instructions while you sleep. Crazy. You wake up, it's dark. They close the lights on you and all.
That's bad.
You don't want to be like that. You don't want to end up like that. You don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be a part of that field. Because honestly, that's why it's even more powerful when it says, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. Basically saying you're gonna look crazy, or you're gonna look like people gonna look at you in disgust. Because honestly, if you look at a vagabond, let's go deep. You look at a vagabond, a homeless person, or you not even Jake of another nation, and they're dirty and they look crazy. Their clothes look like rags. Do you have respect onto those type of people? No. Would you care for those type of people? How you would care for a well-kept and a brother that keeps well maintenance of himself? No. You even lose a certain level of respect for those people because they look crazy. That's what it's saying. What that drowsiness will make you look like. People will stop respecting you because you falling asleep in the midst of a conversation. Or you drowsy all the time. Why you sleepy? Why you going to sleep every 30 seconds? Every 20 minutes? Every 15 minutes? You sleeping all day. You sleeping all night. Wake up, brother. So that's what it's basically saying. You're gonna look crazy in front of everybody. But you gotta change that. You gotta really change that. If you don't want to be caught looking like a man in rags or clothed in rags, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta sacrifice the pleasures of what you want to eat all the time, and eat the things eat the herbs that are meat for you, rather than eating the things that you find pleasure in. Come on. So let's continue on. Let's get Sirach 37. Matter of fact, we're gonna jump to Sirach 31. I want to get Sirach 31 because this is table manners. We're gonna go into the table manners because I ain't gonna lie. There's some people I've seen that move just like this.
Yeah. In the truth.
I've seen people in the truth move just like this in Sirach 31. Yep. And it's wild. You would think that there would be wisdom and understanding being displayed even in the truth, but you got some brothers or some sisters in the truth that move exactly like this. Let's get the book of Sirach 31, and we're going to start at verse 12. We're going to start at verse 12.
Come. Is the book of Sirach, chapter 31 and verse 12. If thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing, and what is created more wicked than an eye? Therefore, it weepeth upon every occasion.
Hold on 1 second. Now, we're saying when you at a bountiful table or you at a feast, don't say, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of food here. Because you know what the perception is gonna give when people hear you say there's a lot of food at that table? Oh, you gonna try to eat up every last thing that's gonna be on this table. You gonna try to be a glutton at this darn table. Because you talking about there's a lot of food. There's enough food to feed everybody in here twice. And I might just get some. And that's the mindset that you may go into it. and I'm gonna try to eat every last bit of this food that's gonna be surrounding this whole table. I'm gonna at least get a plate. I'm gonna get a touch of everything just to taste test it. When you shouldn't really be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be touching everything that's on that table. Matter of fact, you might not even should or even think about even touching the table at all. Food always gonna be around. You always gonna eat. Maybe in that time, in that space, you shouldn't eat. For the greater good of yourself. But let's read on.
Come on. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch not thine hand whithersoever it looketh,
Mm-hmm.
and thrust it not with him into the dish.
Now you see, you got some Jake in the truth that'll look at everything that's in that line or everything that's on the table and say, let me get a little bit of that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get this. Let me get that and this and that. By the time they're done, their plate, they literally have to hold their plate with two hands like this and balance it as they're walking to go sit down to eat. You shouldn't be doing that, brother. You shouldn't be doing that, sister. You shouldn't have a mountain of food this high and you consume it every last bit and then say you hungry again. That ain't enough. That food was good. I'm gonna go get a second plate. No. Sometimes it's better to refrain yourself from eating so much at the table. Take a little bit of here, take a little bit of there, and keep it pushing. But let's read on.
Come on. Verse 14, stretch not thine hand whithersoever it looketh, and thrust it not with him into the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Judge not thy neighbor by thyself, and be discreet in every point.
Mm-hmm.
Eat as it becometh a man.
What?
Eat as it becometh a man.
It say eat moderately. When it say eat as becometh a man, eat moderately. Eat enough to where you're balanced, where you're satisfied to the stomach, but you're not overly satisfied to where you're getting drowsy, where you're getting the itis.
Your stomach bloated.
Yeah, your stomach bloated. Basically, we all know the term the itis. You know, we shouldn't really be getting to the point where we're just like we popping the button on our pants to give us extra room to breathe. You done ate too much when you did that. And you shouldn't do it. But let's read on.
Come on. 16. Eat as it becometh a man those things which are set before thee, and devour not, lest thou be hated.
And they say don't eat everything that's set before you, because you know what other people gonna look at you like? Man, look at this greedy fool, man. He eating up everything at the table, man.
Yep.
I ain't gonna never invite this brother nowhere. I ain't gonna never invite this sister nowhere. All she doing is just eat. Just the old eating fool. I ain't inviting them nowhere because all they gonna do is eat up every last thing, and they gonna eat the last thing of everything. You don't want to get looked at like that. You don't want to be found in disgust. You don't want to be the brother or the sister that people talking about you because how the way you presenting yourself at the table. You presenting yourself with no table manners. And the funny thing about it with this section of scriptures, it's literally saying there's a if you have a certain Bible in the subtitle, it will say table manners. It literally will say table manners. If you look it up on Google, it says table manners. Sirach 37 and verse 12 on down. But let's read on. I digress.
Verse 17. Leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsaddable, lest thou offend. When thou sittest among many, reach not thy hand out first of all. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
And it's saying if you eat little, Little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed. Basically, it's saying if you don't eat a lot, when you go to sleep, it ain't gonna be heavy on you where you catching sleep apnea, where you struggling to breathe at night because you're overeating. So you have to be very careful of how much you're eating at night, because if you eat too much, it can affect your sleep. And I guarantee, and I'm telling you, you do not want to have sleep apnea, and you do not want to be going through those problems of struggling to go to sleep at night, because all you're gonna do is be tired. You're gonna be fighting sleep all day, every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. You don't want those problems. Trust me, you don't want it. And then let me even go further on verse 17. It says, leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsatiable. It's saying don't be that dude that just, or that sister that keep on eating because you don't think it's enough for you. You're like, damn, it's not enough. Dang, I'm eating, but it's not enough. It's not filling me. It's not satisfying the hunger that I got. It's saying be mindful for manners' sake, because there's manners when there's a standard or a moral thing about eating at the table. There's moral rules at the table that we should be keeping, and these are those moral rules when it comes to sitting at a table or a bountiful feast. But let's continue on.
Con. Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
When thou sittest among many, reach not thy hand out first of all.
Mm-hmm.
A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and
Mm-hmm.
he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
What? Say that again.
Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
It says sound sleep comes from moderate eating. When you eating just enough where it's not too little and not too much, you're able to sleep at peace. But let's read on.
He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
It's saying that his mind is gathered together when he wake up. He not in a haze, or he's groggy, or his mind is just foggy, if you will. He's alert. When he wakes up, his body's alert, his mind is alert. He's ready to take on the day. But let's read on.
But the pain of watching and choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
And it's saying that the pain of looking at food, he may not be able to touch it, but he want it. He like, dang, I want that food. Then it goes to saying, and the choler, and what choler is a sickness. It's where you have an anger and issue, like anger and frustration, like you really having mood swings.
Yeah,
it's mood swings. You having literal mood swings.
So think about that. If the scriptures are telling you, if you're eating too much, right? You're eating a bunch of meat, all of these things. It's telling you that these things can affect your mood. Choler is going into an angry man, right? An angry person. You don't even understand. Like, why am I so mad? Why am I so angry? You might need to fast, because it's gonna be hard for you. It'll be hard for you to be mad when you're fasting. It's very difficult. I don't know if anybody tried it. All right. But it says, and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man. And if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and thou shalt have rest. All right. So think about that. Say when you do these things, you eat too much, say, listen, man, rather than being bloated, rather than waking up with your wits not with you, it's say get rid of that food that's in your stomach like that. Because it's just going to cause problems. All right. It's going to cause issues. All right. We don't want to be in these types of positions.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we don't want to get hemmed up. We don't want to get looked at as the bad brother or the bad sister. We don't want that. We want to be found honorable. We want to be found blameless in front of in the nation. Imagine brothers pulling charges on you for being a glutton. You know how crazy that sounds? Brothers pulling up charges, bro. You always eating at the table, bro. You the first one to dig your hands into the plate and the last one to leave from the table. All you doing is eat. And trust me, one thing I know and two things for certain, the nation of Israel do not let things go easily. The nation of Israel will mock you, will scoff you so bad. Because you a glutton, you just don't know when to stop. You don't know when to say to chill out, let me vibe. Then sustain yourself from eating all the time. Because they're going to bring it up. You get Israel. Israel may not speak. Israel may not bring it up right on the spot. But when Israel get mad and they tired of your foolishness, they're going to drop that bomb on your head and you're going to have to sit and deal with that. And you don't want that. Because I know how Israel moved. I'm part of the people. And the people are me.
That remind me of the children. I can't remember who that was. They were making fun of the I can't remember who they were making fun of. He sent the she bears after him.
Was it Ishaya? It's something. It's something to that name effect.
But that shows you our spirit, though. That shows you our spirit. You know, Jake. Yes, we are an empathetic people, but you know, even in the truth, we roast.
Right.
It's a thing,
right?
It's a thing. All right. I guess it comes with having the salt of the earth and just being able to look at things from a different perspective. But for the most part, Jake gonna let you know, especially them kids, man.
What?
Especially the YNs, because they don't got no respect.
No, they don't. They don't.
They got no respect.
It just goes to show you that we just have that witty. We're very witty when it comes to getting on our people. We have witty comebacks. Yep. So let's go. Let's keep going because this whole pretty much all of 31 is very powerful. The large majority of 31 is very powerful. But let's continue on. Verse 20.
Gone. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
Mm-hmm.
He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
Mm-hmm.
But the pain of watching and colder and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
Yeah, he hungry all the time. His belly. You know when you wake up in the morning, you haven't eaten. Your stomach is empty. And you got those little pains. That's what he feeling all the time. He like, dang, I'm just hungry. Dang, I need food. I need more food. How much more? More. I need it. I want it. He looking at food. He in pain because he can't grab it at that moment in time. You gotta be mindful of that. Sometimes all food ain't good food. All food that sit before you ain't meant for you to eat. Sometimes it's okay to say no. When somebody offer you a plate, just say no. It ain't gonna kill you, and it ain't gonna kill the person that's offering you the food. But let's read on.
God, and if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and thou shalt have rest.
And it said, if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth and vomit. If you feel like you ate too much, or you felt like you've been forced to eat, go throw it, even though you didn't want to, go in the bathroom and just go throw up, puke. If you feeling your body sick, because here's the thing. I even know from experience, if you eat too much food, grease can sit on your stomach and it make your stomach feel bad and it make you feel crazy. And the first thing in your mind or what your mind tell you is let me go throw up. Go do that. If you have overeaten, throw up. If you feel like food is sitting up here, you need to throw up. You need to throw up all that food so your body can relax. Because if you constantly cramming food down your face, you're not giving your body time to digest and to deal and to absorb the nutrients that is coming from these foods. Because what is the one thing that these foods are designed to do? To give us fuel, just like the Powerful Captains. We're going right back in the full circle of what the Powerful Captain Kadash was saying. The initial design of food was to give us fuel. Fuel to do what? To do our day-to-day activities. To burn enough calories that we can get through the day. We shouldn't be overeating to the point where we're getting hunger pains because we've eaten so much and we want to eat more. It shouldn't be to that point. But let's continue on. Because we almost through.
Verse 22, my son, hear me, and despise me not, and at the last thou shalt find, as I told thee, and all thy works be quick, so shall there no sickness come unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Whoso is liberal of his meat, men shall speak well of him, and the report of his good housekeeping will be believed.
Yeah, and they say whoso is liberal of their meat, they're free from eating so much flesh, so much beef, so much chicken, so much lamb, quail, all these other things. Brother's gonna say, you know what, that brother eat rather healthy. I see the brother, he be going on smoothie fasts. I see the brother, all he do is drink smoothies, eat fruits. And you know what? And I'm gonna give a powerful shout out and a powerful shout out to my brother Cole, Captain Nicole. This brother, man, listen, I kid you not. This brother is willing to, he shares, he does not pull no expense towards his health at all. When this man eats something healthy, he goes all out. I rarely see this man eat any meat. All he does is eat vegetables. He stay clean. He's lean. He's in shape, and he's been doing it for a long time. And I look up to the brother, and this brother does a really good job at maintaining himself. And that's where it goes. And this is a prime example of what this scripture is talking about. He's going to get an honorable mention because he takes well care of himself. He keeps well maintenance of his body, and we should all be doing that. Because even for I have to go back to the soldiers. It looks crazy as a soldier that you out of shape. Because if we're supposed to be the army of the Most High, we have to be ready to be deployed to go to war at any given time. And we can't be out of shape fighting for the Most High. It's crazy that it'll be crazy as a soldier of the Most High that all you can fight for is 15 seconds in the battlefield. Because at that point now you put other brothers in jeopardy. You put the nation in jeopardy when you can only fight for 15 seconds because you not keeping well maintenance of your body. You can't defend your wife. You can't defend your kids. You can't defend the nation when it's needed to be called upon for you to defend the nation. So we gotta eat right. For all and this go for all the soldiers. Like I'm putting it on all the soldiers and all the men. You need to be eating correctly because we are the defenders. We are the shield and the spear and the sword and the battle axe of the Most High. And at any given time, the Most High will put you in a situation where you're going to have to put up or show up for the Most High. And we should be always in season and prepared for whenever we got to defend for the nation. Am I wrong for that, Cap, for saying that?
Nah, that's the right thing.
So this is a call onto my brothers and onto my sisters. And sisters, you guys got to stay in shape because you got to have the energy to be able to take care of the house, be able to take care of your man, to make sure your man is good, and make sure. And also for the women that are married, implement cooking healthy foods in the house. Try cooking healthy foods for the house if you're a wife. Make sure that the kids are eating healthily so they can have a better life. It gotta be healthy eating across the board. It shouldn't just be the adults doing it. It should be everybody eating healthy. Implementing herbs in our diets, putting fruits in our diets, and not always eating meat, chicken, or eating pasta, or eating bread, or all these other unhealthy things. Sometimes our bodies need a break from it. But let's continue on. Verse 24.
Come on, verse 24. Mm-hmm. But against him that is a niggard of his meat, the whole city shall murmur. And the testimonies of his niggardness shall not be doubted of.
Let's see. So now it's saying can we get the word niggard? Let's look up the word niggard. Because when we go through this Bible, there's sometimes the Bible use big words sometimes that we may not understand. So let's properly break down what that word niggard is.
Come on. One second.
But as you get in it, I'll reread it. But against him that is a niggard of his meat, the whole city shall murmur. So now it's like I was just saying earlier. Now you got Israel talking about you. You got Israel talking about you. And you know one thing about Israel, word travel fast. The word travels fast when you look crazy. So you have to be very careful of how the way you deal, how the way you eat, the manners that you bring to the table. Don't be the first person to take. Because here's another powerful thing. Whenever there's a bountiful or a festive thing going on, sit back and really analyze who's the first one at that table. I challenge everybody. Whenever there's a feast or whatever function you may go to have an abundance of food, sit back and see who the first one to go to that table. And I guarantee you, that first person that go to that table, you're gonna definitely talk about them. You're gonna definitely say, I see what the scriptures is talking about, because that person is exactly the person that these scriptures that we bringing out is.
Hey, I'm like, dang, he couldn't wait. He couldn't hold off for a little bit.
Right.
That hungry?
He's shoving people out the way. Sister pushing people out the way. Just to be the first one in line, just to get
the kids out the way.
Right. Elbowing kids and kneeing kids in the face.
It's crazy.
Running kids over, trying to get a plate. And trying to get a to-go plate. Crazy word. But let's get that word niggard.
The word niggard, a stingy or ungenerous person.
A what?
A stingy or ungenerous person.
Now, I've seen this in the truth, where brothers are stingy to give when it comes to food, right? But they willing to take everything from the table. They willing to when it's the last piece of something, you know what they're gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna get that. Let me get that last piece of chicken. Let me get that last piece of pizza. Let me get that last piece of spaghetti. When you don't really need that, you can let somebody else get that. Let one of the skinnier brothers get it. They might be, they might not be up in size. They need to get a little, meat on their bones. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You may be big. You may be big back. You might need to step to the side and let somebody else get that. It's always good to refrain, man. It's always good. So let's continue on. Let's finish out on that.
Con. Hold on one second.
Verse 24.
24, Con. But against him that is a niggard of his meat, the whole city shall murmur, and the testimonies of his niggardness shall not be doubted of.
Right. So when people murmur about you and you trying to defend yourself saying, man, listen, I ain't stingy with my food. I do break bread with the brothers. And brothers say, nah, you don't break bread. You know that they ain't gonna automatically believe you because you already showed your niggardness. You already showed your stinginess towards the food. You're not willing to break. You're not willing to break bread when you got food when you got an abundance of food in front of you. When you got a big plate and a brother asks you for a piece. And you like, bro, this is my food. What you talking about? I paid this. You know, you can't get none. You look crazy. Give the brother some of the food. Like, what is going to kill you? To give a brother a piece of ox, a couple of the ox tails and the rice. Matter of fact, it should be benefiting you because now you eating less of it. You're not eating so much. So, Khan, Khan, that's the end of the class. Let me get the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. And I'm gonna give a outro. And I'm gonna give a rendition, if that's the right word. I'm trying to be too smart. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Because I really implore you guys, I hope you guys really take this class in. I really hope you guys take these words and the class and wrote down all the precepts for the class and take it into very hold it in very high regard and really sit down and take it into consideration, because this is not to we're not doing this to hurt you, but to help you. We're here to help the nation of Israel, and not tear down Israel, but to build up Israel. We're not here to knock you guys down for the sake of just knocking you down and just saying, oh, we just want to bash. No, but this is to help Israel get better, because we should always be abounding in the truth, and that's physically, mentally, and spiritually. All three things is a vital importance for us to make sure that the Most High and His truth is being well kept and being brought to a very great standard. Because if we don't do this, if we not right mentally, we not right physically, and we not right spiritually, then we done for as a people. All we're gonna do is constantly get hemmed up, get caught up, and constantly keep getting destroyed. So let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, man, to close out the class, man.
There's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Mm-hmm. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Mm-hmm. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Mm-hmm. For this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man, that we keep the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. And also goes to show that if we keep the Most High's commandments, we'll have peace on this earth. We'll have comfort. We'll have some type of comfort, and we will have some type of hope. We'll have hope towards the Most High coming back to save us, as well as to keep us strong enough for when the time does call for the Most High to call us back into Israel, that we have enough strength and we have enough wherewithal and mental attitude, fortitude, and standing on good terms with the Most High, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that we'll go home. We'll finally make it to our homeland. We'll finally be able to say, I have a home. But if we don't get right mentally, we don't get right physically, and we don't get right spiritually, we're going to constantly stay in a destroyed state of mind. We'll constantly keep getting laughed at by the nations, where they'll hiss and wag their tongues at us, saying, these are the people, these are they, that we looked at and we count them as nothing. They'll keep looking at us like that. But once we start getting right mentally and physically and spiritually, where they could say, dang, bro, I ain't gonna lie, all these brothers swole, like every last one of these brothers swole. Dang, the system was great. This is a people of a great continence. Then they'll start understanding that we are the people. But we have to get right first. So with that, Captain Kadash, you got anything you want to say? Anything you want to
No, you broke it down beautifully, man. The people just got to remember, be conscious of your health and, make a conscious effort to do better and change the way you eat and change the way, just physical exercise, things like that to keep your body going. I think some good scriptures came out. All praise to the Most High.
Con. And with that, I hope you guys continually to keep dwelling with the Most High, keep fighting on. I hope this class also gives you motivation to keep fighting on until the Shabbat, because I know, we have another, 2 days before the Shabbat. I know it can get wearisome, dealing with the nations, dealing with your job. I know it can get on your nerves. I know dealing with the kids can get on your nerves. I know there's a lot of other things that could play into the effect of your spirit and your mind state. But you gotta constantly keep staying strong, keep fighting on, and keep powering it through. Fast, pray, go through the scriptures. If you don't got time to read a chapter, 4 chapters, read a chapter. If you don't got time to read even a chapter, read a verse. If you don't got time to read a verse, put D-Light of Zion class. You got the Bring It Out show. You got the history class. You got the Live or Die class. Put one of these classes on and listen to the scriptures as you're going to work. And then at least meditate on one scripture while you're at work, or at least for the day. Because there's no excuse not to at least have one scripture in your mind. And with that, shalom to the 12 tribes. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Come.
Shalom.
Okay. You know how that go though? I said, you know how that go though? Since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who shall I fear with the 1611 on me?
When I was on the corner selling drugs with the thugs, popping bottles in the club, everybody showed me love. But since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. When they see me with my fringes on, they looking at me strange. I guess they hate what I became, but I just charge it to the game. I just stay up in my lane and I will never be ashamed. My new 357 is my 1611, and I always keep it on me, so I'm never feeling lonely. You gon' learn, homie. My own family done turned on me. It's like I'm all alone. Yahweh keep me strong through this long journey. They love me more when I was wicked. We must prepare for war, this holy battle, so addicted. Now they looking like what happened when they listen to me rapping, cause I'm bringing out the truth up in the booth and still snapping. I pray that I stay focused, cause my people around me hopeless. Ever since I started keeping the commandments, I just noticed.
Since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who shall I fear with the 1611 on me?
Lord, please protect me from my faith. Lord, please forgive me for my wicked sins.
Fake love, fake friends, only friends for occasions. You my friend when I got it all. Please stop the faking. Please don't fake the funk when you come around me. I prove them first, I got the scriptures. Yeah, my script is on me. Study up, look it up. Fake the funk and I cut it up. Check my resume, I'll cut you off. I see you texting, I reject the call. Secret message, you want all my business. Just to laugh and go tell it all. Try to tell you come hit Shabbat. Now you miss when I text a call. You a serpent, I see you lurking, I see you working. You gon' be hurting. Tell me what's your purpose, throw all the shade. Like you a curtain, you acting fake. That's certain, that's certain. Are you real or are you fake? Are you heathen or are you Jake? If you celebrate pagan holidays, no thank
face, I don't wanna play. Real friend, I'll hold it down. 100 soldiers, that's no clowns. 200 boots when we hit the ground. I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who should I fear? What the 1611 on me? A man's foe should come from out of his house, so you can't trust the soul. The wise keep if they mouth closed. My eyes open as I sleep, gotta stay woke and meditate on scriptures a Christian could never dare quote. They say I changed, as I say that was some air quotes. I'm acting strange since I ain't sinning and raising hell, yo. You should stick together like them jabos with Velcro. Now you need some whenever you hit my cell phone. This speech was smooth, but deep in his heart was war. For more have died from the tongue than the edge of the sword. I know they hate me just for your name's sake, but Lord, I'd rather die before I ever start keeping these laws. I swear my family members getting sick of me. Gave them back all of the presents under the Christmas tree. Praying that Yahweh Shai don't put their blood on the leaves, but Lord knows I ain't perfect. God
since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who should I fear? What the 1611 on me?